Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Victor Basta of Magister Advisors. We're at Sibos 2017 in Toronto and we're talking about Fintechs. Victor, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So you've said several times, I think, that Fintechs need to broaden their proposition, especially their consumer proposition. Why is that?
What you find in today's market is that there's a lot of fintech companies that have been built over the last very few years that are basically single product companies. They may have different variations, but single product. And what the challenge is that it's going to cost more and more each year to acquire the best quality customers. And so as the price of acquiring customers continues to go up, more competition, what they will have to do is broaden their offering so effectively they can sell more to the same ideal customers. It's a yield game. And the problem is that the more funding that goes into fintech categories, the more competitive fintechs become with each other, and then they drive up the cost of acquiring those best customers by competing with each other. And so the race is not just to get the customers, it's to broaden at the same time.
So how can incumbent providers of financial services play in this changing environment?
So this presents a really interesting opportunity for incumbents because one of the things that they have is customers in the millions, hundreds of thousands of millions, and therefore their cost to acquire customers is zero by definition. And so a bank with 5 million customers can effectively turn those customers on for a fintech company and get a chunk of the margin associated with that and be able to broaden out its proposition to customers and go digital in a bigger way. And so they become a very valuable channel, especially as the customer acquisition costs start going up. The value of their existing customers also goes up for all the fintechs competing for their attention. And so they are in the driver's seat over the course of the next few years. Rather than being threatened by fintechs, they present the single greatest value opportunity for fintechs because of the customer base they already have.
Be welcome news for the incumbents, I'm sure. So tell me, how does the funding landscape for fintechs look right now?
Because of these last two things, strategic investors, banks, financial institutions, payment companies, have become more and more influential investors in fintech. So in Europe, for example, in the last 1 or 2 years, larger financing rounds, half of them have involved strategic investors. We look in the US and Asia, strategic investors are making much greater bets in many more fintech companies at an earlier stage. And so what's happening is they're investing in these companies as innovation partners, but they're also able to turn on their own distribution channels and their own customers to those companies and be able to make money both ways. And so what we talked about is a coming together of fintech companies and existing financial service providers. Well, this is a pragmatic way that that's going to happen, is through these larger funding rounds and how strategics choose to play.
Victor, this has been great. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching.